Now let's talk about a major problem from major league hitters all the way down to little league hitters, and what's called casting, or what we call around the ball. Okay, if you notice my motion, I'm casting it like I was fishing, like I was throwing the lure out in the middle of the lake. Now, why is that a bad thing? Well, number one, it creates a level swing. Something that I isolate on with our athletes is what we try to do is stay away from a level swing, because it creates a bubble. And if you can see my bat, it's creating a bubble over the ball. Okay, so as I cast out, as I throw my hands out around the ball or to the ball, as I come around it, you'll notice how far my hands and my bat and my arms are away from the core of my body. And what we're trying to accomplish is a swing that is around our core of our body, from our hips to our shoulders. So, casting, why does it happen? Well, one, it happens because you bar arm, okay? A situation where you take your hands out of the box and you allow them to go back. Now, you're saying, I've seen a lot of major league hitters, coach, take their hands and take that back. You do, okay? But what oftentimes happens is this. They've done that movement so many times that it becomes a trigger for them to throw their hands right back where they started. What we want to teach, since I'm not working with professional athletes on a given daily basis, is a situation where we keep our hands in the box and we allow ourselves, when we do load, to stay in and around the box. And that's not necessarily in, but in and around the box, so that when we do swing, we create a situation where we can take the knob of the bat to our front big toe, okay, and we can throw the barrel down and through, creating a sweeping motion, okay? So how do we stop that casting? All right, how do we get from bar arming it back to creating that nice, strong front arm trigger as it's cocked and loaded to down and through? How do we get there? A couple things that we like to do at Knox College is this, and you'll see it from every ballpark around the country, is this. We'll go up to a fence or a wall, all right, and we'll stand up against it, just like this one right here. And as we stand there, the thing that we'll try to do is ask them to swing, and as they swing, not hit the fence or the wall behind them, all right? If you'll notice, and I'm going to try not to cause too much damage, is as we swing and hit, if we're casting and throwing our hands out, you'll notice I'm hitting the wall. I can't get through. But if I'm pulling it down and through, I get through to the baseball. Now, another thing that we'll do, okay, is we'll put that same wall, all right, and we'll belly the bat to the wall. So you got to imagine that right now, so I don't put my back to you, that I'm putting that belly to the wall and creating that. Right now I've got a 33-inch bat in my hands, 33 inches away from the wall, and we'll swing with, once again, not trying to hit the wall or the fence, which will allow our hands, and will create a situation where we're constantly staying down and through, inside the ball. You'll see and you'll hear coaches, keep your hands inside the ball. Well, what does that mean? Because you still can cast, hit the ball here, and your hands might be in position to being inside the ball. What I believe they're really saying is this, is they are trying to make sure that the front arm of any swing, whether it's a golf swing, a softball swing, a baseball swing, is that the front arm stays as close to the core as possible in unison with where the pitch is being made. Now, obviously, sometimes they're going to have to take that front arm and let it leave the core a little bit to get out over the outside corner, or they have to reach, okay? But you'll notice that I'm not way up out leaving my core. So when coaches, myself included, say, hey Zach, hey Sally, hey Billy, keep your hands inside the ball on this swing, what we're really talking about is not casting to the ball, but what we're trying to do is create a swing through and around our core. making sure that that front trigger arm stays tight and around our core, our body, our torso. Okay, so when you hear that, that's basically what we're all trying to get to, so that we don't get out and around the ball, so that that curve ball doesn't mess us up, or that rise ball doesn't mess us up, so we're all the way up here and we can't adjust. Because the closer our hands are to our core, the thing that you're going to find is the ability to adjust the bat angle to the ball. Because it is so close to our core, you can move them to make contact with the baseball. And since the object is to hit that round ball with a round bat square on the barrel, you're going to need to have the ability to adjust those excuse me, those millimeters, or just the minuscule little movements to take the barrel to the ball. If you're out here with it, it's not going to happen. Now, we talked about a couple drills that will allow you so that you do not get casting or out. All right? Here's another reason why you don't want to cast or get out and around the ball. It is longer and slower to take the barrel to the ball that way. So if you follow right now, and I'll try to create an angle so you can see. If you follow my barrel as it comes out and around and through to get to that ball right there, the travel time of that barrel is a lot longer than that motion right there. Any science teacher will tell you, any math teacher will tell you, the easiest way from point A to point B is a straight line. So when that coach tells you, don't cast, keep your hands inside the ball, that's what they're talking about. They want you to take the barrel from point A, which is your launch point, naturally, hands inside the box, to point B, which is the baseball. If you are casting, basically, you're taking the whole alphabet and scrambling them all over the place, hoping that you're making contact. So remember, don't cast out. Don't go slow to the ball, go quick to the ball. People say be short and quick. Be short and quick to the ball. That's what they're talking about, keeping their hands inside the ball, allowing that knob of the bat to go down and through to your big toe, right to the connection point. Now, one more drill that you can implement. And oftentimes, I'll see softball coaches teaching this. In their practice swings, they will take their hands, they'll grab their jerseys and try to make an X with the imprint of their jersey. So if you follow Knox College and see the swish, that if I had a marker on this thumb, as I create an X with my jersey, notice the motion that I'm creating. I'm creating a downward, taking the knob to my front toe, creating that ability. Whew, I just created an X on my jersey from the imprint of what team I'm on. You'll see a lot of softball swings do that. They'll pull through, pull through, pull through. Matter of fact, I took it from our softball coach at Knox. That drill right there is to create the X through your jersey. Because oftentimes we'll get big, strong power hitters that want to go out and around rather than stay tight down and through. Remember, a couple fence drills. Create the X drill with your hands. Don't cast, go out and around. That's going to be long and slow. Remember, you want to be short and quick to the ball, which is going to allow you more ability to adjust to the pitches that as you grow through your legs, fastballs, curveballs, change-ups, risers, to make those fine adjustments that we all have to make when we're trying to make good solid contact with the baseball or softball.